Good morning. We're starting up on Thursday, the 8th of June, and we're going to go straight to the GTX program now. And I'll have a quick look through at Eagle Farm. First of all, I have some what I would consider quite reasonable bets in race one. I believe number five, Abounding, is easily the best one to be on. As you can see, we've got it rated as a $1.80 chance. So any odds against is going to be good value, we reckon. So even if you want to take it each way, you do well. The track won't be good three. I do think, though, it's probably going to be good four. Currently, it's a soft five, but good weather is expected the next couple of days. In race two, I like a number one Yellow Brick. I gave this out to our members last start. It almost got there, but just got knocked out by Hawaii 5 and was a little bit lucky in the straight. So definitely a good chance again, but expected to be at a very short price. And race three, Antino is going well, and I think it's a better bet over the 1600 metres than Skyman, which is a good horse, but it's a 7-year-old now, and of course it's a rising 8-year-old is what I would call it. And in race four, True Marvel, it's the Brisbane Cup. It rates highly, and that's based on its last win at Flemington over 2,800 metres, where it did get beaten by 10 lengths in that, but was second to the turn and should do okay. At the distance, it's had 5 starts for a win and 2 placings, so it can certainly handle it. And you can see here at Randwick, on the 8th of April, it was the Sydney Cup and it managed to run second. Didn't do me any good on that day, I might say. But anyway, so that's True Marvel. In race 5, Blondo, it's a really, really good price. And where did we get the rating from? At the Gold Coast on the 26th of November last year. It ran 76.37 for the 1,300 metres, and we got a rating of 78. Now, our ratings rarely go up to greater than 80, so you can see what a good run it was. And even though it hasn't won since, it's second up today after having a run on the 13th of May, and should go quite well. Once again, it looks like it's going to be a fairly good price, and I would love to be on it each way. In race 6, Huator, it was a really good run last start, was never going to be beat, and is a chance again. It's likely to start favourite, but there's more than one runner looking to do something here. And Lunchies, I thought, was a good second last start and a good second at Scone. And plus, we go back to Caulfield over the 2400 in November, rated a 68.5 there. Okay, so moving on to race 7, Miracle of Love. Well, it's a fairly open race here. I'm not too concerned about that race, but you might want to throw in these top 5. Numbers 17, 9, 1, 2 and 13, if you're going to throw them in the quaddie, and see how you go if you manage to get the winner in the other races. I have already backed Holyfield at 80 to 1 each way. I do think it's a chance in this. Okay, it's had 2 runs from a spell, only beaten 3 lengths first up, and then the next start was only beaten 2.5. And if we go back to the Gold Coast, 26th of November, 83.7, that was just barely beaten in Austral by Emerald King. So I would give that an each way chance in that race. The barrier draw is a problem at barrier 21. Some of the other horses may be scratched bringing it in. I don't really think we're going to have a field of 22, but it's certainly guaranteed a start, I would expect. So Surf Dancer was a good winner last start, and a Kembla back on the 19th of November last year was only beaten 2 lengths, 75.6 rating, and there are some good horses of won out of this race. Riadini was the winner in that case, and that's been racing quite well as well. Okay, so I'm only giving the one other alternative selection for that and see how we go, but obviously it's a massive field, and you can see that Yellow Brick has also entered for this, but currently I would say it is an emergency. So And of course, Hawaii 5-0 is going well as well. As is, think about it, is just a picket line. So it probably won with something in reserve over the 1300 last start. It's drawn better in barrier 12 than some of the others. It's only been beaten once. Hard to say you can't take it, but it is looking very, very good, but would have to reach a new level to win this race. But possibly can do it. And it's got the synthetic hoof for the first time, and there was a discussion on racing radio about that today, whether it was an advantage or a disadvantage. And the last leg of the quaddie, if we duck across here, the top three runners here are Salaturn, Juan Diva and Ekaterina. But as you can see, there are a huge number of horses here with a 20-point penalty, mostly relating to fitness. What's not to say they can't do much better if the trainers have got them going right. So Opal Ridge, for example, who frequently wins races after a break, so that's a 28-day break there. Did one first up over 1,200 metres there. So if we took the 20-point penalty off that one, where would that sit? And it has won 6 of its last 11 races, but let's take it back to Tours, will we, and see how it rates against the better horses here over the 1,300 metres. And you can see here it fits in that first 4 scenario there. So that gives you 4 horses, 13, 9, 17 and 15 for the quaddie if you want to take it. Now, just by the by, for those of you who have got the win form and the win form horses, we'll just run this little scenario here because these are the speed horses. They're listed as WRCS, I think, in your programs. And this is the performance from the 1st of July last year. You can see 238 bets for 79 winners, 148 places for a win of 37%. That's for the win. And also for the place made 3.3%. And that's based purely on the New South Wales dividend. So if you can get a better price than the New South Wales dividend, which probably 2 out of 3 you can, they run a place 62% of the time. So what this does, it identifies horses that race on the pace and are clearly in front in our ratings. Okay, so that's just a bit of information for the people who subscribe to the Winform GTX program. Because anybody who wants to subscribe to the Winform GTX program, you can see how easy it is. For example, if I go to loaded races today, and I'll run that to see if there are any selections. And of course, that's that's rated for Saturday. Silly me. Okay, wait till I move it to today. Load race today. These are the meetings that are on today. Well, actually, Coral is not on today. It's been abandoned. But anyway, let's see what we get up. And we see here we've got one come up in Mackay Race 3, number 7. And Corowa is abandoned today. So Mackay Race 3, number 7, Levelette, would be the only one today. So straight away we can see, well, we've got a 30% chance of winning and a 60% of placing. So depending on the price, you might consider that race for today. Okay, that's all I have to tell you. And thanks for watching again. And let's hope we have some luck at Eagle Farm at the weekend.